Hi guys, I've got myself interested in a new hobby, and I'm actually got interested in silversmithing, a little bit of jewellery making. And I'm making this video principally for a guy called Greg Greenwood. Greg has made a whole bunch of jewellery making videos, which you'll find on YouTube, and it's been a real inspiration for me. There's lots of hints and tips and all the rest of it. So this one's for you, Greg. Thank you very much, mate. I appreciate it. I get a lot of fun out of watching your videos, and I've learnt a lot. But I wanted to share with you my little setup and show you my some of my effort. Right, okay, this is my little workspace. Let's close the door and keep the noise out. So I've always been interested, hold the camera steady, I've always been interested in electronics, so a lot of my hobbies have been electronic based, but now I've got interested in this jewellery making, and this is my little workstation. I've got an old table here, and my sort of workbench is G-clamped onto there. This is just a piece of old flooring. This is a laminated wooden floor down here, and I've got a peg screwed onto there, and that's held down with a G-clamp there and there. I've got this little plastic bag, which when I'm sat down here working away, it saves getting all of the filings on my trousers. Again, a little vice there held with a G-clamp, and another bag to catch the rubbish. I was making a small brooch, or no, sorry, a small pendant, and I put it down, and all of my tools were all over the bench, and it took me 20 minutes to find the little piece that I've been making. So I made this little copper rack. Probably see it better from the other side. So what this is a copper tube with so just to stop it from toppling, and then 15mm copper tube across there and there, and then you can see the various bits hung on it. So I've got my files and punches and scribes, my saw at the end there. I love making things. This is my acetic acid. I hadn't got any copper tongs, so I made some. That's just a bit of copper pipe split down, but it does the job, and I wanted them now, and of course there's nowhere local I can buy anything like this, so if you want it, make it. That's just a little anvil I'm using, a bit of railway track that I think I've been carrying that around with me from house to house for about 40 years. Whilst I've been waiting for stuff to arrive, I've ordered stuff on the internet and just waiting. This is a little ring clamp that I've made. That's just pieces of oak, and a bit tricky trying to do this all left-handed, but that clamps down there. I think sometimes people have leather in there, and then to cater with larger thicknesses of material and keep it parallel, I've got that wedge that's in the bottom. I'm sorry, this is probably dreadfully shaky, so that can keep the jaws parallel. I'm sure you get the idea. And I've fastened it on because I put things down and lose them very easily. Don't think there's anything else of great interest there. It's just very convenient. I'm a very messy worker, and I tend to throw my tools down or put them down. And I say I was looking for a little piece. Let me just get this. Whilst I'm waiting for materials to arrive, I made this little pendant. The copper part, this outer U shape, is a piece of plumbing copper that's straightened out, and the inner brass pieces are in fact part of an old clock. But it was just something to practice with, to play with, and I've enjoyed making it. For the polishing, at the moment I've only got these sort of little Dremel type things. It's not a Dremel, but I've already killed that. I think the bearings go in that. But what I do, working here, I put this. This is a plastic screen that once held a menu. These two parts were together, and I've just opened them up. And if I can hold the camera, I sit here with my little polishing tool and my rouge there, and I can work on there. So I'm looking through this screen and I don't get the dust thrown up at me. But what I've found is when I'm polishing with the rouge, with these little bristle brushes here, I find the polish builds up, and I actually apply a bit of Brasso, and that's a mildly abrasive metal polish, and I apply that with this little brush, and I find that very, very convenient. Anyway, that's just my little splash guard. I haven't got any extract in here at the moment, which is not clever, but I can always open the windows there. What else was I going to show you? Oh, right, this is really what I wanted to show you, Greg. These are bits that I've been playing with. This is a little pendant. This is a fragment of pottery that's found on the beach at Tembe. That's a beach about 40 miles down the coast from here. No, maybe further than that from here. And I've mounted it, doing what you suggest, Greg. Don't know if tricky to focus. It's not perfect. It's not perfect, but I was very pleased with it, and my wife Sophie was over the moon with it. And I found this soldering this bail on the top was a little tricky, and cleaning up. But as I said in one of my comments to you, Greg, I made these little emery sticks. So this is, I think I've got some more here. These are lollipop sticks, and using double-sided sellotape, I stick bits of emery cloth onto the tape, and then I can cut them down to whatever shape and size I want. And then as I tricky working left-handed, as I scrape away with the end of the emery, when it wears out, I simply cut the end off with a pair of side cutters and expose fresh emery dust. These are some of the bits I've played with. I like these images. I can't remember the man's Modigliano, I think it is. I love these images, and I thought, wouldn't it be nice if I could put that onto metal? So I got a piece of copper pipe. Say I'm waiting for materials, and I printed this image out, and then did a mirror image of it, and I glued the mirror image that I've cut out here. I glued that onto this little piece of copper, and then what I did, I used a Pritt stick and glue onto the copper, put the paper print side down in the hope that the glue would absorb the ink. So it's not a laser printer, it's an inkjet. And then I wet my finger and gently rubbed away the surface of the paper until I exposed the ink layer underneath, and then scratched round it like this, and then subsequently soft soldered. This is ordinary 6040 lead solder, but I soft soldered that image onto it. It probably looks more like one of the Simpsons than anything else, but it was a bit of fun doing it. And so that's just a bit of copper pipe. So long as I'm making something, I don't mind what it is. So I'm never going to be a world beater, that's for sure. This is silver and brass, and again, I enjoyed making that. Don't know it. I normally use a better camera than this, but my editing software is problematic with the computer at the moment. So this is silver, and this is brass, and wouldn't it be nice if it was in gold? But gold is unbelievably expensive, so I think I've got to develop some techniques there. But what I like about this hobby is I can do something. I can create designs, or have ideas of things I want to make. I like that sort of thing, and then go and make them. It's so it's oh look, yeah. That was my idea. Anyway, I think that's it. As I say, what I really want, if I'm doing it now, what I really wanted to do was show this to Greg, because I've actually had to get my wife to take this off because she's been wearing it today and she absolutely loves it. Okay, so that's all, folks. As I say, this video was principally made for Greg. If anybody else gets any pleasure from it, then that's great. Oh, I think I mentioned to you, Greg, that some of my other hobbies, I got interested in. These are things I've made. These are beads, and these are my samples, my trials. But I wanted to know how people, don't know if I can photograph it. I wanted to know how people put the flowers in these glass beads. And again, thanks to the magic of YouTube, I was able to see what people do and then go and do it and make these things. The only problem I have is Sophie doesn't wear a lot of necklaces or beads or bangles or anything. So these are my, I think you might call them the orphans. They're little things, but a lot of fun making these things. And thanks to guys like Greg and everybody else that's on YouTube making lovely videos to help us all do really interesting things. So that sums it up. Thanks for watching, guys. All the very best. Bye-bye.